Ladies and gentlemen, today we all received worrying news that Martha Karua has been detained in Tanzania and later on deported to the country that is Kenya. This was unexpected. This was very wrong. And people kept on asking themselves, why is this happening? Why did Martha Karua get deported from an East African community despite being a senior citizen in the Republic of Kenya? I'm going to dissect that on this video here, but first of all, let me take you through on a brief history about Tanzania. Now, Tanzania has two major parties. One, it is Chadema. Two, it is the ruling party, Chama cha Mapinduzi. Chama cha Mapinduzi, the party leader right now, it is none other than Mama Suluhu, the president of the Republic of Tanzania. Now, the Chama cha Mapinduzi has been seriously intimidating the people in opposition, more especially those ones of the Chadema. Just to remind you slightly, none other than Tundu Lissu, who is right now in police custody, being charged of treason, was shot 16 times and almost died, luckily survived in Belgium where he went for treatment. He was exiled there, he stayed there for quite some time. Later on, he came back during Magufuli's time. So, we're expecting elections later this year in Tanzania. And instead of the people of Tanzania and the government ensuring that at least there's free and fair election and there's proper competition, instead they have been constantly intimidating the people of Chadema. So we have this gentleman called Chadema leader, that's Tundu Lissu, who got arrested and charged of treason. Later on, they had another person taking over Chadema as the leader as they were fighting for the rights of the one who was arrested. This gentleman was also actually abducted at some point, but luckily they tried to wrestle themselves out of those people who had taken them whenever they were taking them, and they jumped out of the car, and that's how they rescued their lives according to them. So as we speak today, there is no freedom again in Tanzania. The people in opposition are facing it rough. And these are things that we must speak, especially now that we belong to the East African community. Now, the journey of Martha Karua to Tanzania was simply to go and take part in the case that is being heard tomorrow of Tundu Lissu, the leader of Chadema. And then now, it seems that Chama cha Mapinduzi did not want Martha Karua in Tanzania. So instead, they opted to detain and deport her from Tanzania back to Kenya. On this particular video here, I want to dissect it clearly on why Martha Karua was literally deported from Tanzania instead of allowing her to participate in whatever thing she wanted to do so long as it was lawful. But before I take you through, ladies and gentlemen, before you kindly continue watching this video, please take a second or two to subscribe. Also, for those who also want to communicate to me, my number is always here. You can talk to me on WhatsApp, you can text, and you can also call and share with me on any topic. For those willing to support my channel, I want to thank you so much, and please you can also come through. There are some who are requesting that I should host what we call political leaders in my channel. That one, I'm heading there. The moment I'm going to establish myself, have cameras, maybe have some microphones, some good one, then I'll start bringing guests one by one, at least to be able to inform people at large. Thank you so much for those who have been sending me such a kind of a concern, and I seriously take that serious, and I appreciate a lot. Let me dive into the topic today. Now, what is my reason number one as to why Martha Karua was deported? Is the attempts of Chama cha Mapinduzi to deny justice to Tundu Lissu. They don't want Tundu Lissu to come out of the police custody. They want him to be jailed and probably charged of treason. So in a nutshell, they don't want Tundu Lissu out at all. They want him to be detained, not to participate in any form of election. When I look at Tanzania, I see Chama cha Mapinduzi as very rich. So many politicians, like elected leaders, they have a lot of money. They are controlling everything. Like they can even decide to rig elections. But why deny someone like Tundu Lissu his rights of participating in an election? The rights to express himself according to the Tanzanian constitution. Why is it that Chadema cannot be allowed freely to go and participate in the elections? I did not mention it before that Chadema party has been abolished from participating in the coming election. Then you wonder, who is Mama Suluhu going to compete with if the senior politicians who are supposed to challenge her are all in jail or maybe even their party has been stopped. It's very sad. This is a call to the people of Tanzania to wake up and stand against this kind of injustices. It is not fair for a leader of that caliber, who actually should be respected and protected, instead is being harassed or intimidated by the same government of Tanzania that is leading the people of government. The people of Tanzania, I mean. Now, the second thing as to why I feel strongly that Martha Karua was denied her stay in Tanzania is the fact that there is an attempt in the entire African continent by most of the leaders to curtail democracy, to kill the democracy that people have been enjoying. And the East African community is leading. In Tanzania, we are having Tundu Lissu in court, actually in jail, being charged of treason. In Uganda, we are talking of having the leader of opposition also in jail, probably also charged of treason. A very sad story. A very sad story. These are things that should not be happening in this kind of array, in this kind of a time. We need to have freedom of expression, freedom of participation in any form of a thing, so long as it is lawful. So therefore, the reasons as to why Martha Karua was stopped, simply not to expose what is happening in Tanzania, because they want to deal with Tundu Lissu without anybody knowing what's happening. They know that if Martha Karua goes there, the international community will be watching. So, ladies and gentlemen, the people of Chama cha Mapinduzi have to ensure that Martha Karua she's not allowed to participate there. Now, also, the other reason I feel here is because of the poor leadership that is coming out of East African community. As we speak today, I think to me it's a surprise that a lady in power, soft-spoken, who looks to be very intelligent, to literally oversee these kind of actions. We sometimes feel that men are the most cruel people, and that they always want power, and that their hearts are so cruel. But now, we are having a lady in power overseeing someone who was shot 16 times, I think the wounds are still in the body, being taken to jail, charged of treason, something that is unlawful. And she's not even blinking. Then you ask yourself, what the hell is this? Why is it that this is happening in Africa? Why is it that a lady cannot act different from those cruel men who have been in power? Now, bad leadership, it is what is encroaching in Africa that is preventing people from doing things like the one that Martha Karua was going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, another one I feel strongly here, it is that there is some form of dictatorship that is coming up in Africa, more especially in East African community. You can see people do not want to come out of power. I'm telling you, we'll see the same in DRC, we'll see the same in Rwanda, the same in Kenya, the same in Sudan, the same in Burundi, because people are greedy for power. Also, let me say it here that it is a clear indication that there is a lot of fear of the common mananchi on the leadership of the day. The government of the day has created a lot of fear to the people. To an extent, they cannot speak out to prevent some of these things from happening. So the government of Tanzania comfortably ensure that Martha Karua has been deported because the people of Tanzania will not even speak. It is my plea to the people of Tanzania to wake up and simply speak against this kind of injustices to Tundu Lissu and Martha Karua. I don't know what's your take, but I feel strongly those are just my opinions. Let me see in the comment section what you think, and please make sure that you subscribe. See you next time.